Thank you, Senator Murphy. I'm just curious about a number of your Republican colleagues are going to be looking into the origins of this virus, and this is sort of dealing with did it originate in a lab, in a lab in Wuhan, China. I just wonder where you stand on that. What do you think of this idea? Senator Johnson is looking into this with the support of a number of Republicans. Just wanted your take.
Well, listen, I think it's important for us to understand the origin of the virus. I just wonder about my colleagues' motives. Right now, there is a very coordinated effort amongst the White House and their allies to try to find scapegoats for the fatal mistakes that the president made during the early stages of this virus. As I mentioned before, it is just wildly ironic that the president and his allies are now criticizing China or the WHO for being soft on China when it was in fact the president who was the chief apologist for China during the early stages of this crisis. And so I think what you're going to see as Americans get more and more wise to how vulnerable the Trump administration left us is the president's allies trying to create a storyline in which someone else besides the president of the United States was responsible for the crisis we are in today. There's not going to be a simple answer to this question. The WHO made mistakes. China made egregious mistakes. But the mistakes that China and the WHO made did not mean that it was inevitable that the United States faced tens of thousands of deaths. It was the president and his team that made a horrific series of blunders in January, February, and March that has led us to the position that we are today. And I will support any good faith efforts to try to do